It's a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon don't sleep. Everything you need on departure. So I feel like I fight the boat that's been pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. I feel like I fight the JFK, take a trip across the 7 seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon don't sleep. Everything you need on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like I fight the boat that's been pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. I feel like I fight the JFK, take a trip across the 7 seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any
Welcome back to the Demerara ground
is
for
a celebration.
the final match of this Caribbean Airlines T10 Village competition. The powerhouse Berbice versus Demerara. And news from the toss is that Berbice have won the toss, they've called correctly. And they're going to have a bat first. They're going to set a total. Of course, the winner of this competition will go on to represent Guyana in that Caribbean Airlines T10 Village final in the National Cricket Centre over in Trinidad on May 5th. Final match of what has been a triple header. Wonderful cricket we've had. Demerara winning that first game by quite a margin, 58 runs, defeating Essequibo. Then Essequibo coming back in match number 2, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat, beating that's the toss.
Mr. Clements, you have won the toss. What are you going to do?
Airlines at the toss with the two captains, Devon Clements of Berbice in the white.
See what happened in the
Shamroy
first game,
Barrington of
I think he's a chance batting first.
Okay, because first game you said you stand a chance bowling first.
Yeah, because you can kind of slow this man, so kind of dry up now.
What's happening now in the T10 and T20 leagues? You know, our mark score is way ahead of what we have done. You know, for example, T20 right now, the IP.
First ball, it's a wide to start this final. So welcome Anthony Kemraj. We are in for a close one here as the two traditionally strong teams go head to head.
Well said, Avinash again. Hello our valued listeners and viewers on FL Sport, and it's great to see the final match here, to pull the curtains down on the Guyana leg and to see who will head to sweet TNT in that final game to represent Guyana basically. But what a Caribbean Village cricket T10 cricket tournament we've had. As you said, the first game, Demerara being victorious, and then Essequibo coming back that second game after losing and winning. And now we have Demerara and Berbice. Demerara, if they win, they will go through. Berbice, if Berbice happens to win, net run rate with Essequibo. So it's a ticklish situation for Demerara and for Essequibo and Berbice. But Demerara can just focus on winning and they'll advance. But all in all, it's a lovely place to be in, lovely atmosphere. We hope that the cricket is going to be entertaining in this final match.
Chance for a run out. A quick single there. Pushed through the cover region and they sprinted off for a single. But lots of cricket to be played in this match. All the equations you mentioned there, Anthony. The trend is so far that the team batting first has won. And Berbice may be looking at that trend and hopefully they could set a total.
Why not? Why not? I'm always a captain to think, look, during my days as a school cricketer and a school captain, I always thought that winning the toss and batting first, your advantage. Take full use of the track, post the total. You know, in a final game, it can be a pressure situation for you. The team chasing, can you have a scoreboard pressure and all of that? So make full use of it. This is tucked away. That's a boundary by Andrews, who is a pugnacious left-hander. And at times, he brings back memories of Clayton Lambert, a very lusty hitter from Berbice. And that's a boundary. Good score to start with, a boundary.
That was hit with ferocious power there by Andrews. One bounce zipped past the fielder and went into that tent with the Caribbean Airlines officials.
The good thing there, Avinash, he's not only showing that he can hit the ball very far away, he has that mindset and that game awareness. Just turn the ball into the onside, get a single or two. That is what we need to see, not only boundaries.
Well, savagery followed by panache, driving it along the ground this time for a single.
Wow, that was beauty written all over it, isn't it? Over cover. And Lalsa, who is another aggressive player. And these two coming out of the West Berbice area, they possess a lot of passion for the game, a lot of aggressive batting. They play for the individual clubs. So, they can put on a show. They can put on a show here. Demerara will not want this game to go away from them. They will want to break this partnership and break it early.
Aggressive start by these two, Lalsa and Andrews. Goes down to the mid-wicket boundary for a single. The end of over number one. Berbice winning the toss and electing to bat first against Demerara. 13 without loss.
One of the players in the Berbice team, Ryan Ramdas, was telling me that his friends back in the Curveton area are tuned in and they're following the broadcast. So, it's all about, spreading the game of cricket. And that's nice that, the people in the area from his club, that's Just Try in the Quarantine area, they're watching the action. So, Avinash, cricket, lovely cricket, played in West Coast Demerara. But even though you're not here, you're following on the, on social media.
Yes, that's what social media and technology has been able to do. Galvanize support. So what you might not see tons of fans physically at the venue, they're on their device, looking at the game, following what's going on. And everybody now on their cellular phone, everybody with a social media account. That's the era that we're living in now. Television rights is a big thing. We're just speaking about it off camera.
Trevor Benn, he's the man. And this is slapped away. Straight to the fielder there. That's Shimron Barrington, who rifles a return in. Missed the umpire, Zakir. And they'll get a single. But that was hit with a lot of power.
Well, umpire Zakir was a bit slow to react there. But had that throw been a direct hit from Shamroy Barrington there, the batsman could have been in trouble at the non-striker end. You mentioned, Anthony, you played some cricket at the school level. And based on your assessment, I would tend to believe that you were in a leadership position. You're talking so convincingly and vigorously about winning the toss and opting to bat first in the final.
Yes, look, take first use, because as I said, when you're chasing in a final, it comes down to nerves, and especially when you come to those closing stages, you can lose from a winning position. So you have to be very careful about it. Take first use, get a score on the board. That's it. Get a score to work with. And then you can come out and, you can put pressure on the opposition.
It's an old saying in cricket, runs on the board is runs on the board.
You hear that all the time. This is cut away. This will go away for 4 more. Down to backward point. And they're off in a rush. Berbice in over number 2. They've gone up to 18, I make it. 18 for no wicket.
Yeah, good shot there from Andrew. Just finding the gap on the offside there and pushing the score along. First boundary of the over. 18 now without loss. And over number 2. Both teams batting first got over 100 runs. And Berbice, of course, would want to continue with that trend. The projected score now 135. And if they get to that or close to that, they would want to feel that they have this game in the bag. But cricket is a funny old game.
Yes, it is. It is. We've seen amazing things happen in this game of cricket where a team is in the driving position, and for a moment or two they'll lose that. This is Andrew who's giving it his all, throwing the kitchen sink, as you would say to it, and bottom edging to the keeper. In over number 2, it remains an 18 for no wicket. But as you said, if they can get up to over 100, maybe 115, 120. That's gonna be tough to get. Not underscoring Demerara's ability. They've got some good batters as well. But once you can post that total, go out and defend it.
Yeah, scoreboard pressure. You did mention that. And in a final, when all at stake, things could happen. Punched away beautifully by Andrews, brings the man off the boundary. At long off, that's Andrew Light with a little Caribbean Airlines bandana around his head. Whistle it back to the keeper, just a single. 19 now without loss. And over number 2. Pretty good over so far from Trevor Ben. Just the boundary, 2 singles and a dot ball.
If you follow Trevor's career over the years, he's always been one who is animated. He's always there with a smile or two, and he loves to be in the game. Has that passion for cricket, and that's nice to see. 19 in the second over, 2 to go. You never know what's going to be the final score at the end of the second over. This is cut away. Beautifully played for 4. No man moved. Exquisitely played by Lalsa. He gets another boundary, and the score will go up to 4 till I make it 23 for no wicket.
Yeah, and he enjoyed that one. You saw the reaction when he came down there to Andrews. Outside the off song, whacked away. And that one whistled off to the boundary. He moves now to 11 off 5. Spoiling that over so far there for Trevor Ben. 2 boundaries now.
Avinash, I get the feeling that this final match is going to be very close. I don't think either team is going to give the other the edge or the advantage.
Work to win the onside this time. Brings Latif from around from mid-on the circle. The end of over number 2. At the end of it, 24 without loss, with both batsmen on 11. In fact, Lalsa on 12 and Andrews on 11. Traditionally, these 2 teams have fought tooth and nail over the years in inter-county cricket. And of course, we don't see anything different this time around. What's at stake here is representing the country at a regional final.
Yes, you know, I'm growing up from a very early age, and we look at the earlier matches. The net run rate, Demerara, 5.800. Essequibo, minus 2.650. And we'll just ask Josh to just bring it back when he has some time on the screen, so we can just go through to tell you what is Berbice's net run rate. But the score is 24 for no wicket. Avinash, you were talking about inter-county cricket, and then you would want to roll back memories of past matches, and watching some greats at the inter-county level: Roger Harper, Lyndon Joseph, the late Clyde Butts. You name them. Suresh Daniram, classy player. So many names, you would want to go back in time. But these 2 teams, Demerara and Berbice, when they lock horns, they battle. It's fierce battle out in the middle.
Inter-county cricket has always been a crowd puller, especially back in the days. The crowd has eased off a bit now. Dexter George with the 3rd over. Dot ball to start with. But remember, one distinct memory I have of inter-county cricket at the senior level at Enmore, when Colin Stewart was bowling to Andrew Gonzalez. and there is a area now that is a housing scheme. It was the Keane Field at that time, and Andrew Gonzalez flicked Colin Stewart for what is probably the biggest six ever seen at Enmore, landing in the Keane Field area.
I thought you said you flicked him to Berbice. I was wondering.
Well, legend says the ball hasn't landed as yet, so maybe it's on the way to Berbice.
Yes, the score is pushed up to 25. Andrew Gonzalez, interestingly, formed a very potent partnership with Clayton Lambert during the one-day situation in the 90s, at least in the late 90s. The Red Stripe Bowl, remember. Andrew Gonzalez was very pugnacious. Very classy player, very pugnacious.
Well, both of them open batting for Berbice in that final. It ended up being a one-sided final. Berbice winning that competition. Shivnarayan Chandapal played in that game. Batted at number 3 and was brilliantly caught by Clayton Lambert at mid-off. Silenced the Enmore crowd, a partisan crowd supporting Demerara. And from then it was really a one-sided affair.
Now I can believe, Avinash, that your memory is really good. Listening is believing. 25 for no wicket over number 3. Yes, you know, those were great days of inter-county and regional cricket and all of that. But Andrew Gonzalez, he could have hit it really far, no doubt about it.
Well, it's a race now to the boundary, and it's going to get there, beating the keeper and going into the boundary. Poor work there from Jai Karan, and the ball beating those two fielders to the boundary.
They have pushed up nicely. Look, it's 29 for no wicket and over number 3 already. The score, and that's quite commendable of these two. If these two stay there for a pretty long time, Andrew is 11 from 7 and Lalsa 13 from 8, they can pose a really big threat to Demerara. I can tell you that for sure.
Well, the foundation has already been set. That projected score now 116. They would look to bat deep into this innings. And depending on how things go, we might see a reshuffling of the order. Some of the bigger hitters come up front. But this run rate for Demerara is quite a high one. And Berbice would have to win by a really big margin if they are to go on to be crowned champions of this inaugural T10 village competition.
Yes, and you know, that's the thing. They've won the toss. Why not take a first strike and pose a formidable total and come out and take wickets early, dismiss Demerara if you're a Berbice fan. That's the way for you. And I guess the Berbice setup, they're thinking along those lines. They must win handsomely.
Yeah, it has to be a total team effort. Dot ball in the book there. Make the runs is one thing. The bowlers have got to come, pick up wickets, and win by a huge margin.
Yes, it doesn't make sense you make 1,000 runs and you don't defend them, right? You have to be careful about that. Take wickets, take them early. That's the best way to win a game, defending a score. Take your wickets and take them quickly.
I want to take off your commentator's cap for a little while, Anthony. Who are you backing for this one?
Well, it's a brilliant cotton ball. For a moment I thought that the ball was heading towards the main pavilion, but then it went miles into the air. The bowler was coming around, that's George, and took it. And he goes back to the pavilion. Andrews for a well-played 8 though from 11. Good strike rate, 29 for 1.
Yeah, good stuff there from Dexter George, luring him into the shot. Got height and not distance there, Leon Andrews. And the bowler running back, calling on the two fielders that were coming in to wait, this is my catch, and completing the effort. A wicket falling in over number 3, 29 for a loss of 1. Leon Andrews back in the pavilion.
Well, as a cricket fan, I would love to see may the best team win. May the best team win. And at the end of the day, may cricket be the winner. I know you wanted
politics at any time.
I know you wanted to get to me being a Berbician. Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. I'll reverse the question to you. Are you backing Demerara? Avinash.
What has won here today has been cricket, and that will continue to win. The effort by Caribbean Airlines to bring people together, bring cultures together, bring different synergies, and that has been the real winner here today.
This is Clements, and opens the face nicely, gets it to the man sweeping. Devon Clements, another talented player, went away for a little bit, out of the scene basically, but he's back into local cricket. That's nice. The thing about it too, Avinash, this competition gives the players who necessarily did not play intercounty cricket for a period of time, maybe went to work overseas and all of that, different commitments, and so an opportunity to come back into the game and represent your county again. That's nice.
Yeah. What might not be nice though, Anthony Kemraj, is tomorrow morning when they get up and all those old muscles are aching and paining. I'll have to remember to reach out to my good friend Trevor Ben to see how he's doing.
Yeah, sometimes it can, it can have a negative effect on you, not being in practice fully or regularly. You can have a tear or two. But that's part and parcel of it. You're not in the game constantly. Those things will happen. But at the end of the day, when you win, that's it. 30 for 1, 3 overs gone.
Sweet pain of victory. Well, Ben is going to complete his spell. Went for 11 in his first over. Over number 4. Crucial over we've seen in the last 2 games. Over number 4, swinging the momentum. And the projected score at this point being 100. Ben into bowl to Clements.
Good ball here to start the 4th over. And they'll need to pull things back. 30, when you look at it, of 3 overs, it's quite a good score. And if you can score a 10, maybe 11, 12 per over from here, then that's quite commendable. But the fielding team, Demerara, they need to pull it back. The only way to do it is to bowl dot balls and get wickets.
And on the other hand, Berbice would want to keep those wickets intact and go big at the end.
This is tugged into the onside. The fielder Alexander comes around to his right, and he fields. One more to the Berbice total. They will go up to 31 for the loss of 1 wicket. And Clements has decided, look, I'm the captain, I'm going to come early. Let me go. There's no point waiting.
Yeah, taking that responsibility is Devon Clements. I'm talking about taking responsibility. Several years ago, the 2011 Cricket World Cup, when MS Dhoni decided to take on that responsibility and the 50 over World Cup final, won it for India.
So good rotation in the strike here. Pressure out in the, putting the pressure on the outfield basically. 32 for 1. We all know what MSD can do, don't we? Changing games from losing positions and all of that. His clean hitting, inspirational captaincy.
Good stuff from Trevor Ben in this over. That's the 2 singles, 4 deliveries have been completed, keeping things tight. And of course, as you rightly mentioned, with dot deliveries, pressure being built, and that could lead to wickets. As MSD, with the weight of expectation, he has delivered every time. If you look back at the history of cricket, he might go down as one of the greatest guys to always deliver. Whenever there is that expectation, that burden of expectation on him, he has done it for India at the international level. In all formats, Test, ODI, and T20s, and he is a legend of the IPL.
Yes. And of course, he's been called Captain Cool. You know, how calmly, he does those things on the cricketing field. Just, youngsters to emulate his leadership and all of that. High in the air. This is Clements. The fielder is coming around. Takes the catch. Does it in the coach's manual. That's Morris who takes the catch. And he goes back to the pavilion. Clements, 2 of 5. Important wicket here for Demerara.
Very important wicket, and that over, as we mentioned, once you create that pressure, once you bowl dot balls in a T10 game, it would put pressure on the batting unit, and they're skying it in the air. Good catch in the end. Took a while in the air, and good catch on the long off boundary by Keon Morris. The end of over number 4, it's 32 for the loss of 2. Wonderful spell from Trevor Ben coming to an end. 1 for 13 off 2. He would say, I still got it.
Yes, you know, when you look at it in the previous games, he went for some runs. But he has come back nicely. 1 for 13 from 2 overs. It's quite commendable. That's nice. And I said he's a very jovial cricketer. And we need those people in the game, don't we? The Dwayne Bravos, the last hit Malingas with its different hairstyle and all of that. We need those men in cricket. I remember listening to my father. He was telling me Sir Ian Botham, now Lord Botham, was a gem to watch in the outfield. He brought a different mindset to the English setup. So, you know, it's nice when you have these people in the game of cricket.
And a guy who also in recent times was enjoy the game, always plays the game with a smile on his face, despite him being brutal with a bat in hand. Christopher Henry Gale, always jovial in the field, having a little chit-chat with his opponent whenever he's fielding. But with bat in hand, completely different player, completely different person. As we see a change in bowling, Duncan Clark will pick up the attack from the southern end of the ground.
Sure, this is Lalsa going down the ground. And that's right to the main pavilion. And that's the maximum. Wow, that's the way to go. If you're playing T20 or 10-10 cricket, strike it like that, 38 for 2.
Yeah, well, after striking that one, he was looking around for somebody, and then he gave them a salute. It looks as though it's him and Trevor Ben having a little bit of a little chit-chat. And good to see that camaraderie. At the end of the day, cricket is the winner.
Yeah, sometimes you have these little banter out in the middle, and that's important. While the competition is fierce out in the middle, when the game is all finished and done, Avinash, the players assemble, they gather, they have a friendly chat, and that's nice.
Driven powerfully down the ground there by Lalsa this time. Finds the fielder on the long off boundary. Just a single. And after a good day's cricket, these guys would meet up and open their coolers and have a little drink before they head back to work. Lots of them are heading to work tomorrow morning. Whoever can wake up to get to work. They would have to treat those muscles after being out of competitive cricket for so long. But they have to recover quickly, Anthony. One of these guys, one of these teams are heading to Trinidad this weekend for the final.
Yeah, you know, they have to. This is pulled away savagely. The fielder might have misjudged it because the sun was directly into his vision, basically, and to his right. And they pick up, that's Ben. And he really couldn't pick it up towards the deep mid-wicket boundary. He gets 6 more, though. The runs are continuing to come at a fast rate.
Yes, that was short and that was begging to be hit. That's the second maximum of the over. Leaking runs in this one. 45 for the loss of 2. We're inching up to that 5th now. We're in over number 5.
Down the ground, that's Ram Sarup. That's taken the leaf out of Lalsa's book. The 5th has come up, my word. This is cricket, lovely cricket. Good shot, 6 more. 51 for 2.
Lovely looking shot. Nice flowing drive, uppishly. No risk involved there at all. He knew exactly where he wanted to put that. Got the power, got the elevation, got the timing right. Got the 6 and the 50 up for Berbice.
In quick time too, Avinash. Now they can step on it. They have wickets in hand. 5 overs to go. You never know what can happen.
Yeah, wickets in hand in the death over is very, very crucial. Worked away this time by Ram Sarup. Quick single at the end of the over. The end of over number 5, it's 52 for the loss of 2. 20 runs coming off that over, 3 maximums, and the projected score now 104.
Yes, you know, whatever happens from here onwards, this is going to be another keenly contested affair. I can tell you that for sure. Because Berbice and, as you said, Demerara, over the years they've had some intense rivalry. And the rivalry continues here today. And they'll look to go on. Avinash will leave us for a bit, and we're going to be joined by John Ramsing. And it's 52 for the loss of 2 wickets, 5 overs gone. The sunshine is really back with us. And even though we're having a little bit of wind, pleasant atmosphere, tremendous activity here at the Met and Mirzorg on the west coast of Demerara, and a lovely place to be in. I welcome back John Michael Ramsing. Hello John, how are you doing?
Hello Anthony, what a car comrades, I'm good. Once we're at cricket, yes. Really good to be here. Sheldon Alexander will continue. 52 for 2 after 5. Lalsa's on a hitting spree, 21 from 11. And he's taking a liking to Trevor Ben. Even Ben is not on the attack. A lot of gesticulation in the direction of Trevor Ben. So despite not facing up to each other, they're still exchanging some words. Alexander it is. Left arm spin into the attack. But it's a game that Berbice must win if they want to stay in contention. But they must win big over this Demerara side. This right time off spin, I beg your pardon. Earlier, Demerara beat Esukebo by a big margin. And that really got them to +5 in terms of run rate. Net run rate. Top edge. Alexander calls for it. And he takes it. That ball spent a long time in the air there, Anthony. But it's a big wicket. Devendra Lalsa looking to go down towards maybe long on. But got the top edge. Alexander strikes very early in his spell. 2 down now for 53 in the 6th.
Yes, I thought he was guilty there a little bit, Lalsa, going too hard at it. Sometimes you need to work the ball wrong, find the gaps more than power. He wanted to go over the top and really didn't get it in the meat of the bat. Perhaps might have hit the splice of the bat, who knows. And he went back to the pavilion. So a good strike there for Demerara.
He was really hitting the ball, 21 from 12. 53 for 3 now. And that's what is happening in terms of this the points table for this tournament. Demerara and Berbice in their second game. Esukebo completing their 2, negative 2.65. But look at that net run rate for Demerara, 5.8 plus 5.8. And of course, Berbice, because of that defeat to Esukebo, they're in a negative.
Yes, and you know, when you play a 3-team competition and you hope to start well, John. You want to start with a win. And Demerara, they have taken the initiative of starting well, and that's important.
Demerara 121 for 3 when they batted against Esukebo. Esukebo just got 63 for 5. Big victory for Demerara in their opening game by 58 runs. Esukebo bounced back to their winning ways. They bat first and got 115 for 4. Then restricted Berbice to 110 for 8. Third and final match of this 3-way final. Same will happen when they go to Couva. Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago, and Guyana. Big appeal. Umpire says you're out. And the big wicket of Philbert Wilberg goes. So Sheldon Alexander striking 2 blows and 2 balls. He's on a hat-trick. Wilberg very disappointed, but umpire Zakir says you're out. It's now 53 for 4 in the 6th.
Yes, look, he was down. He was down looking to slug sweep. Struck on the body or the pad, and then given out by umpire Zakir, who is in the best possible position raise the dreaded index finger to send him on his way. But he's the danger man. The danger man goes back, and Demerara will be very happy. 53 for 4.
We'll have a look. It was Alexander. Nice flighted delivery. That's plumb. Hitting him while he was crouching, hitting him in the midsection, and he goes.
Yes, look, he goes back to the pavilion now. The situation is, look, Ramdas, who is a sturdy hitter as well, will have to support Ramsarup. The two of them will have to keep the innings together, because 4 wickets have fallen. They would not want to have to get into the low order and the tail end of the Berbice team. But Demerara, they will enjoy this period of time.
Alexander had a good, useful knock against Esukebo, then bowled well as well. Here he is on a hat trick. In the air, but falling well short of the fielder. Extra cover on the boundary. George in that position, Dexter George. So a hat trick averted. Now a partnership is needed between Ramsarup and Ramdas.
Exactly what I'm saying. They need to build it from here. They just can't throw it away. It's opportune for them to come together and see it through.
Bowled. So 3 wickets and 4 balls. Oh, in fact, I thought he was bowled. I thought he was bowled for a moment there.
And John, when you said
Look
he
at
was
that.
bold, when you said he was bold, I followed you. I was about to make a note.
It's a good bowling. Consecutive dot balls to end. Yeah, that was pretty close. And that's the reaction you get when you're bowled. Excellent over. 2 wickets and 2 runs conceded. 6 gone. 54 for 4.
Yes, at this point in time, I would love to say, it's even Stevens. Let's see what will happen though. We look at the match summary so far. Lalsa 21 from 12, Ramsarup 14 from 7, Andrews 11 from 9. The bowling has been pretty impressive. Alexander, Ben has come back nicely, and George as well. So good gripping cricket out in the middle.
4 overs to go. 6 wickets in hand. Berbice under some pressure even before the game started, because they really need to win big to remain in contention if they're going to go to Trinidad and Tobago. Demerara did all the heavy lifting in their opening game, while SQ will play a spirited game in their second outing today to keep themselves in contention as well.
Yes, but basically if Demerara can whip Berbice here handsomely, Essequibo will have a great opportunity. Good rotation in the strike here.
And that is what we've been saying about Essequibo cricket. The traditional whipping boys are no more. Cricket in Essequibo is on the rise. Now they have an opportunity here again. Familiar rivals, Demerara and Berbice, at each other, but Essequibo there as well, playing their part. They can play spoil sport on the other occasion.
Nothing. Keeper.
Bad for run out. Very wayward return from Richard Latif. R. Latif cannot keep him away from the game.
Yes, he's always in the action. And they get a very quick single. But let's see what will happen from here. They have some overs on their side. Their wickets intact. The final total is going to be interesting. This is pulled away savagely. Over mid-wicket. That's gone. That's a massive by Ramdas. And the score will go up to 62. 62 for the loss of 4 wickets. Good shot there.
Yeah, that went way up into the players' pavilion, the top tier. Ball that was short, and he had to fetch that from just outside the line of his off stump. And he did well. Baseball shot. And almost took out our cameraman in the pavilion.
Keeper.
Driving straight to cover. Trevor Ben, the police officer, is in the way. So the boundary coming in the over. Current run rate is just over 9 runs and over.
Keeper!
Bowling off of his toe. Chance for a run out of the non-strikers end. But he missed the woodwork, Barrington. So single in the end for Berbice.
Yes, good strike rotation. Just taking it up to 63. We're about to see the final ball of the 7th over. Ramsrup will want to continue. He's scoring at a pretty good rate. He's 15 from 8. And Ramdas has come in and has looked good as well. He's also scoring at a healthy rate. So good going from the two so far. Full pitch delivery back to Barrington. And they put it down, which was struck firmly too. 7 overs gone, 63 for 4.
Flighted. Hit back towards the bowler. And the bowler and the non-striker colliding. As a result of that, Barrington could not hold on. First over from him, 9 runs. 63 for 4 after 7. Berbice winning the toss and batting first in this very important fixture for them.
Again, you're looking at the Caribbean Airlines Village Cricket Competition. Of course, this is the Guyana leg.
Leading run scorer, Vishal Lal from 2 innings, 77 runs. 3 fours and 9 sixes, 1 half century for him. By far the most outstanding batter today. Dexter George and Kevin Gordon, 3 wickets apiece, leading with the ball.
Good analysis there, shown by your team, John, representing the performances of the players.
Up in the air, it's sailing. 6 runs, not far from where we are at deep extra cover. Start of over number 8, Alexander. And he is deposited way over extra cover for 6.
Yes, look, he's left-handed. That's Ramdas. He can hit it the far away. He did that on that occasion, getting 6 runs. And once you can do that at the start of the over, that is what we mentioned earlier. You're putting a lot of pressure on the fielding team. If the first or the second ball will go for 6, then lots of pressure to come on the bowler. This is what edged away. And we'll go into the boundary down to 3rd man for 4. 4 more to Ramdas. We'll push him up to 19. 73 for 4. The runs are coming, John.
10 runs from 2 balls. And that projected score now is getting to 3 figures. 73 for 4 in the 8. So Ramdas really trying to step things up now for his side. There he goes again, taking a liking to Alexander. And this one is going to go into someone's yard for a souvenir. 6 more. So in this over so far, 6, 4, 6.
That's what I'm saying. And he's one of the more aggressive cricketers in the Upper Quarantine area for his club, Just Try. And I'm told that, his friends, his teammates, are watching back home. They're following his performances, and that's nice when you can have, your locals follow your performances. Pressure here for the bowler. 79 for 4.
Bowled a very stingy first over, Alexander. And suddenly, figures been damaged now by Ryan Ramdas. 6, 4, 6. So that's 14 runs from 3 deliveries in over number 8. Swing and a miss again. You can see that he's thinking that he missed out. Alexander sticking to his plan, however. 25 from 9, 3 sixes and a 4 from Ramdas. No ball. And it goes in the air as well. And the car is in some trouble. The car is just late. But I'm sure he's happy to be late rather than to be damaged. Not a 6 and a no ball. So free hit coming up.
Insult to injury. We often say that in a game of cricket. 6 runs and a no ball. So Sheldon Alexander is having it all wrong today. At least in this game.
Free hit coming up. Ramdas on strike. 22 and 123 runs off of the over so far. Down the track he goes, over extra cover, bang into the galvanize. Another 6, the free hit goes. So it's really demolition here now from Ryan Ramdas, and Sheldon Alexander, with all the local knowledge he has, is not having a good over.
Wow, wow, wow. You know, this is what is so interesting about this game. For a moment we thought that, you know, Demerara, they were, you know, coming back into the match at least. But here you go, Ryan Ramdas, 37 from 11. Are we seeing an innings like what Lal played for Essequibo? This is total carnage now, 92 for 4.
Nothing to lose for Berbice, so they're going very hard. 6 4 24, 428 and 129 runs in the over already. "29 runs in this 8th over. This is exactly what the Barbicians are looking for. And that's the presence of mind to take a single, to get back on strike, but it will be more than a single because Dexter George is very slow. He was thinking that the batters will be contented with just a single. But then the sluggish behavior of him allowed the batters to go back for the second. 94 for 4 after 8.
Look, 2 overs to go. We look at the scorecard, Andrews. Your partnership has been 41 from 16. That's a lot of hitting there. And 2 to go, 94 for 4. It's anyone's guess. But I guess the final total is going to be very interesting. Ramdas is really lighting up the ground here today. He's 39 from 12. And that's very interesting. Alexander, who bowled a really good first over, has now completed his second over. 33 runs from his 2 overs.
Projected score now on to 118. While they want more than that, they'll be very happy to get 118. "31 runs off the previous over.
Updated score 94 for 4 after 8 overs. 94 for 4 after 8 overs. 2 more overs to go. And this is the floating power play over. Berbice update for
So Dexter George, who bowled a very good over early up in the innings, conceding just 2 runs and picking up a wicket, is back in the attack.
And here is where, John, the calmness that we were talking about, myself and Avinash, comes into play. As a captain, you've got to be very careful of what you do during these closing stages of an innings. The opposition, they're going away with the runs, but you just can't give it away. It's maintaining that calmness out in the middle. Let's see what will happen, though.
George to Ramsarup. 6 runs. Umpire saying dead ball. Heard that call from before. So it is a dead ball. Over is yet to start, really. But the question is, why is it a dead ball?
Perhaps there was an incident on the field. I'm not pretty sure. But the umpire, he's in the best possible position. He made that call, and we're gonna have to restart the over, so to speak. Let's see what he's gonna come with. Dexter.
We heard a call from the field all the way up, all the way in the com box, but I'm not sure why. Now a little bit of hold up in play again.
Now I want to suggest that it has to do with the fielding and placement, because I see the Berbice captain, that's Clements, just came out. Maybe just a speculation.
George at the top of his mark again, looking to try again. Ramsarup on strike, 94 for 4. Drilled down too long on for just 1. And the man of the moment, Alexander, does the fielding. Here's next to George. Plays lots of table cricket these days. Very nippy with the ball.
Yes, he's not tear away, but what he can do is to put it in the right areas, and that is what you want. Get the dot balls in and restrict the batting team. 95 for 4.
Ramdas with a strike rate of over 300 is on strike. 39 from 12. Exposing all 3 stumps to the bowler. Then walks across. Cuts very hard. Andrew Light collects just a single. So it's rotation in the strike now. 100 can't come up in this over. 4 runs away from the 100.
And I think Demerara, they're doing the smart thing here too, which is like slowing the game down. Not continuing at that pace because Berbice were going with that momentum. And sometimes, you know, breaking that momentum can be to your advantage. And that's very good. That's a thinking plan.
Singles so far in the over. But George and Demerara wouldn't mind at all. It's the boundaries they do not want. While Berbice will feel that they're missing out on the opportunity to score big and to put some pressure on this powerful Demerara side. He goes round the wicket. Perfect Yorker, well bowled. George. Look at the umpire. Umpire Nagasar enjoying the game as well. Just rock back.
The bowler gave the batter a scare there. Look. Making eyeball contact, which is very important in a game of cricket, but you've got to play within the spirit, of course. One remembers Corey Collymore eyeballing Steve Waugh out of Australia way back in '99. So I guess this is going to be a dead ball.
But it really is a nice tournament, a nice initiative from Caribbean Airlines. What I wanted to see, however, actual villages playing against each other. Would like to see in Demerara, or even so in Georgetown, Campbellville against Kitty, Alberton against Queenstown, Agricola against Albistown. Those kind of matchups. I'm sure. It's in the air, peeling off the outer part of the bat, and he's gone. So Ryan Ramdas perishes. Brave innings, 40 from 15. Now 97 for the loss of 5 in the 9th over.
Good. So the game continues, and that's a very important strike there from Ramdas because he was scoring at a really healthy rate, and to take him at this point in time is quite commendable. Good job there from Demerara.
So the champ goes like he calls himself. 40 from 15, 5 sixes and 1 4. Very good innings from him. That pushed the side towards 3 figures now. We head into Couva for the final. Same area that Rick Ramotar lives in Couva.
It's so appropriate that the DJ brought up that song. Avinash, who loves music, loves almost anything. Just moving a little bit to the rhythm of the music.
After that Sheldon Alexander over, the previous over, he felt that Berbice were going to go on to really take George to the cleaners as well, but just 3 singles so far. Bowl now. So Hemraj Hirlal innings comes to an end. Just one delivery lasting. And I was going to make the point earlier that the 100 was on the cards in over number 9. But George felt otherwise. 3 singles and 2 wickets. And that's all she wrote in over number 9. He picks up his third. Look at those figures. 3 for 5 from 2. And after 9 overs, Berbice batting first. 97 for 6.
Look, 3 for 5 from 2 overs. Excellent figures. You don't get that every day, do you? And that's brilliant work there from the seamer to get those 3 wickets just for 5 runs from 2 overs. And Pataya now, the youngster, comes out. Well, let's see what will happen though. 97 for 6, 1 to go. Maybe they'll want to press, maybe get 10, 15 from it, 12 runs. They will welcome whatever they have from this point. But do you realize something about Demerara, John? Is that they're not giving the ascendancy for a too long period. Whenever the ascendancy goes away from them, they have a way of coming back into the game, and that's exciting for Demerara.
Keon Morris to bowl the final over. He actually bowled the first over of the innings. Now coming back to bowl his second, the final of the innings. 97 for the loss of 6. Captain Shemroy Barrington marshalling his troops, and of course getting some opposition and a little pushback from some members of various parts of the field. It's all part of the game, Anthony.
Yes, it is. It is. So many things happening on the cricketing field. Barrington making sure that every person on the outfield is in the right possible position before the ball is bowled, and that's important. This is flicked away. Beautifully done. Lots of wrist work there. And that's gone for 6. My word. What a shot. That has brought up the 100. Excellently played.
Morris, that's a loosener from him because he was off with the bowling for quite some time. But Ram Sarup is there. He's been there for a long time. Gets a delivery on the line of his leg stump and quickly flicks it powerfully. Oh, that's perfect straight drive now. Alexander is there quickly.
Hello. The name Alexander, every time I hear the name Alexander, the great Alexander, it rings a bell, isn't it? The great Alexander. So Morris is the man. He's operating. 104 for the loss of 6 wickets. And it's lots of action here, John.
This is what village cricket is all about. Yeah, I was saying some of the Georgetown teams because that's what I know. I'm sure you'd love to see some rivalries as well.
Yes, most obviously. And if you use that name, village cricket, I guess in future, our friends from Caribbean Airlines, they're looking in that direction. I guess the tournament is in its butt stages yet. So greater things to happen, John. So we can, as we look to the horizon, maybe greater things to happen. We can have the villages across Guyana, Berbice, Demerara, Essequibo. Let's see what will come out of that.
There's lots of confusion in the middle now, and the umpire getting involved verbally as well. Usually the umpire rules with signals. The umpire Zakir getting involved in terms of chatter. It's still 104 for 6. Everything else can take away from the game. Berbice looking to set a big target here for Demerara. Have 4 deliveries which to maximize.
Excellent work there from Barrington. And the cover's diving to his left. And making sure that, he puts it 100% to his team. He didn't feel it cleanly though, John, but he dived towards it, stopped a possible boundary. Great work there from the captain, Ramsroop, 24 from 13.
That had 4 written all over it, but Shamrock Barrington, realizing the importance of saving runs for his side, put his body on the line. Half a chance. Coming back for the second, could be tight. It's not taken. So they get there easily. Score pushes up to 107 now.
Yes, with 2 to go, 107. Ram Sarup, he's motoring along, 26 from 14. So he has the strike. That's the important thing now, that Ram Sarup has the strike.
10 runs in this over so far. There's an appeal. Umpire perhaps signal a leg by. He does so now. So down to the last ball of this innings. 108 now for the loss of 6 Berbice. In a pressure situation for them. It's a must-win game for them. If they win, we go to net run rate to determine the winner. If Demerara win, obviously with 2 wins, they are the champions. Beautifully played, but Latif down at the extra cover in the ring. Stops it. So single to end the 10th over. 109 for the loss of 6 Berbice. They won the toss and decided to bat first this time. 109 they got from their allotment of 10 overs, setting Demerara a target of 110 from their 10 overs. Someone is going to collect their boarding pass at the end of this game. Who will it be?
Well. Let's watch, wait, and see what's going to happen. As you said, John, 109 for 6 from their allotment of over. We go through the scorecard. I tell you that Andrews 11 from 9, Lalsa 22 from 12, Clements 2 from 6, Ram Sarup, interestingly, 26 from 15 towards the end. Wilberg didn't score. Ramdas 40 from 15. Hiralal didn't score. Pataya 2 from 2. 109 for 6. I think that's a very competitive score, if not a huge one.
All to play for. 110 to get in 10 overs for Demerara. Set up nicely for them by their bowlers. 7 extras. Morris, none for 24 from his 2. Ben, 1 for 13 from his 2. George, brilliant figure. 7 dot balls in his spell of 2 overs. 3 for 5. Duncan Clark was expensive in his lone over. Barrington did not pick up a wicket in his lone over, but Sheldon Alexander went for lots and lots of runs in his second over. 110 is the target now for Demerara to book a place in Trinidad and Tobago on May 5, unless Berbice can really spring a big surprise. We'll take a break and come back with the run chase.
Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Everything you needed on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like I fight the boat that's been pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. I feel like a flight to JFK. Take a trip across the 7 seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Everything you needed on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like I fight the boat that's been pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. I feel like I fly to JFK. Take a trip across the 7 seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Everything you needed on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like a fight the motor Spain. Pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. I feel like a flight to JFK. Take a trip across the 7 seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Everything you needed on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like I fight the motor Spain. Pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. I feel like a flight to JFK. Take a trip across the 7 seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Everything you needed on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like I fight the motor Spain. Pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. I feel like a flight to JFK. Take a trip across the 7 seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Everything you needed on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like I fight the motor Spain. Pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. I feel like a flight to JFK. Take a trip across the 7 seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Everything you needed on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like I fight the motor Spain. Pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. I feel like a a trip across the seven seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Everything you needed on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like a flight to Port of Spain. Pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. I feel like a flight to JFK. Take a trip across the seven seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Everything you needed on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like a flight to Port of Spain. Pack a bag and take a trip again.
Welcome back to Metamir Zorg. The final innings of the Caribbean Airlines Inter-Village cricket competition in Guyana. Andrew Light Jr. and Shamroy Barrington at the crease for Demerara. And it's going to be Fraser to open the bowling for Berbice. Looking to restrict Demerara as Avinash Ramzan comes alongside me to under 77 runs to make it competitive, and for them, Berbice, to qualify for a trip to Trinidad and Tobago. First ball pulled away nicely, 4 runs.
Good confident start by Shamroy Barrington. In fact, Andrew Light Jr. and giving Demerara a perfect start, a boundary of the first delivery as they look to chase down that target.
Interesting situations set up. If Berbice can restrict Demerara to less than 77, they can be booking their flight to the Twin Island Republic. Fraser with a very poor delivery to begin with will want to make amends. This time he overcompensates by going outside the line of the off stump. But someone is right back on the cover boundary. And Andrew Light can see him with disgust, thinking that he has missed out on a boundary there. But Shamroy Barrington, the captain, will want to make amends now and take this home for him. Don't want to leave it in the hands of net run rate.
Definitely, they would want to at least get past 77. That's their first target, and once they get past there, then aim for that victory. The winner, of course, would head to Trinidad for that final happening on May 5th at the National Cricket Centre in Couva against the winners of the Trinidad and Jamaica legs.
Pulled away. That one has wings in it, similar to a Caribbean Airlines flight taken off. And 6 runs signaled by the umpire Nagasar. So Shamroy Barrington getting off the mark with a beautiful hit and getting a 6.
Well, the Demerara innings off to a flying start. No chance of taxiing here. They're off in the air right away. 11 without loss after 3 deliveries. Nickel Fraser, who was economical in that what a game he played earlier today, he's gone to the cleaners early.
Just cannot bowl length deliveries to Barrington and to Light Jr. He will definitely pay the penalty. This pitch is very unforgiving for bowlers who miss their length. So Barrington, right-handed batsman, stockily built. It's a man on a mission. Want to see his side over the ropes. and into the final, the regional final in Trinidad and Tobago come May 5. The chase is on, saving the boundary. 2 more to Barrington and to Demerara.
That's it, man.
Yeah, good brisk start here by Demerara. Needing now 99 of 57 deliveries to win this contest. And what a brutal innings we saw earlier by the man on screen. Number 26 on his back, Ryan Ramdas.
The champ.
Yes, that's the guy, the champ. He calls himself the champ on social media. Always takes pride in his cricketing exploits, and we're sure to see something on Facebook later today.
Good stop. So Berbice here didn't know the equation, didn't know what is at hand. Need to take those chances, Avinash.
Catches win matches, John, and you don't want to be on the wrong end of bat feeling. But a good start here so far from Demerara, 13 without loss. Need 97. Of course, after this will be the grand presentation ceremony, John.
Good delivery.
That's it, man.
That's the
Beating
end.
Barrington comprehensively, but and almost crashing into his stump.
Demerara 15, 15.
One thing I must say, it's good to see the spectators coming out and supporting village cricket. I was telling Anthony earlier, love to see real inter-village cricket in the true sense of the word. And I call a few names, like I said, Campbellville against Kitty, Alberton against Queenstown. You may want to say Enmore against maybe Lusignan against Better Hope or one of those sides. But that really is village cricket. And once that can come back, I will really see crowds coming out to support.
Definitely, grassroots sport is well supported in these parts of the world. Remember years ago, telecommunications companies sponsored a T10 competition that it's not an inter-village competition, but teams from villages taking part in a nationwide tournament. And all the teams had their large following. And I could imagine now, in the era of social media, how much traction you could create with a tournament of that nature.
Hemraj Hirlal in the meantime to bowl over number 2. He's on a mission to really restrict Light and Barrington.
Driven down the ground by Light for a single, brings Andrews off the boundary here at long on, and brings Barrington back into strike. Good fluent start by Demerara. A nice little crowd though, John, at the cricket T10 cricket, the village cricket tournament by Caribbean Airlines. And this is the whole idea, the whole focus of a tournament of this nature, to get communities involved. And maybe just a bit the switching of venues may have hampered the crowd not being out in the number here today. This was a late switch.
That's an early hit from Shamroy Barrington. And that one goes into the cemetery as well.
Brilliant shot
Even those guys in that sweetie truck on the outside
by Barrington.
enjoying that one.
Yeah, inside out there from Shamroy Barrington, clearing the offside field. Small ground here at Metamerzor ground, but Shamroy Barrington, a strong guy, and clearing the boundary there with ease.
Giving himself some room by backing away. And the left arm spinner sticking to his plan by bowling on the stump. So Barrington hitting him hard over extra cover. And in that cemetery, as you go there, they tell you rest in peace. But with all those balls going there, Avinash, you cannot rest in peace.
Well, with all the balls that has disappeared there over this weekend, could see some games in the night. These guys come out at night.
Not sure we'll have live stream of that. Swept away, more runs for Barrington and Demerara.
Delicate touch.
Goes into the boundary. That's a deft touch of the man now.
Sweep for Furlong.
Hemraj straying in line. It was a ball outside the off stump. He was hit. This time went on the line of the leg stump and it swept beautifully.
Experience, John. Shamroy Barrington has been around for a number of years, and drawing on all his experience here, he knows how important it is for him to stay and ensure that Demerara first get past that 77 target, which would allow them seats on that plane to Trinidad.
Chance for Ronald, not strikers in. He threatened but did not throw. Light Jr. with those long legs of him. Got back in very quickly. Yeah. I remember much earlier in the day, one of the team managers was walking around the venue. They were so confident of winning today. Chance for Ronald again. A little bit of indecision again in the running. Yeah, one of the team managers was walking around and trying to figure out who's going to go on the trip with them. That confident he was. I'm sure he's going to be waiting with bated breath to see what's going to happen in this game.
Well, it's a big prize for these teams. They want to get to Trinidad for that final. Stifled appeal from the keeper, not the bowler. And no movement from the umpire than to give the cap back to the bowler. It's the end of over number 2, 24 without loss. They need 86 from 48.
Barrington was playing for Spain, he got none. Hemraj in the end. Hemraj Hula, that is 3 consecutive dot balls to finish his opening over. Outstanding performers in this match so far. Ramdas, you can see him 40 from 15, Ramsru 26 from 15. And Lals at the top of the order, 21 from 12. George, beautiful figures, splendid figures, 3 for 5 from 2. Alexander, second over, went for 31 runs, 2 for 33. And Ben, 1 for 13. And now Demerara in reply, Barrington and Light stealing the limelight.
What a wonderful cricket day of cricket coming to an end here at the Demerara ground. Good conditions. The sun came out in all its glory yet again, and giving the little crowd here an opportunity to see some of the past players, those who would not have played at the inter-county level over the last 5 years at least, an opportunity to see them in action. Change of bowling is to be Rishi Prasad from the southern end of the ground, seems like a leg spinner.
He's playing his first game. Missed out against Essequibo. Leg breaks, perhaps similar to Mahendra Nagamutu, with pace on.
And Yanko from Port Morant.
He played for Port Morant, lived at Wim, also played for Wim, right across the road from his home. But Rishi Prasad now. Pulls a very straight action. That ball is going to go into the boundary.
Yeah, that sounded sweet off the bat there, John. Crisp little shot from Andrew Light Jr. And he's going to play one way. They're looking to wrap this up pretty early, 28 without loss in over number 3.
RP already conceded the boundary very early. When you do that as a bowler, the pressure is back on you. Because most times as a bowler, you tend to give your best. Let's go, buddy. What will you come with now? Full toss? Not today. Not in this game. Not at this ground. 4 more.
Come on, Hans.
Yeah, poor start there by Rishi Prasad, straying and erring in line.
No ball as well.
For 4.
Free hit coming out.
And it's a no ball. And it's a free hit now. Free hit to Andrew Light.
Seems as if he already had a free hit with that full toss on the line of leg stump. He's going to have another chance to go. 33 wiped off already.
Well, the Berbice team, they're not too pleased with that call.
Run out, run out, run out. Watch your field, Tyson Bull.
It's Barrington now, who's striking at 200 runs per 100 ball. Will take strike.
One.
There he goes. Lots of bottom and it's it. Crisp over extra cover boundary. Shouldn't say over. All along the ground. Did not get up at all.
Well, who says there isn't a place for stroke play in the shortest form of the game? T10 cricket, and driving that nicely. The type of shot you would see in a 50-over match. Wonderful flowing drive from Shamroy Barrington. Looks in good touch, 22 off 10.
Score moves on to 38 without loss in over number 3.
The way he's scoring boundaries, 2 4s and 2 6s from 10 balls. The way he's scoring boundaries as if there are no fielders around, just finding the gaps easily.
Straight it up, buddy.
A familiar way of him, just raising his arms to allow the shirt to drop back. Here he goes again. This time it's going to be cut off. Clements, the captain, is right back on the cover boundary. The batting has been tremendously good here today. Lots of good innings we've seen.
Yeah.
Well, his license has certainly not expired, Shamroy Barrington. He's driving nicely along the carpet. 23 off 11. Stifled appeal. Dot delivery to end over number 3. At the end of over number 3, Demerara 39 without loss. They need 7 to 1 from 42.
At the end of number 3, at the end of over number 3, 59 without loss. Remember, Demerara chasing 110.
So the 6s and 4s race in this tournament. 35 4s, 38 6s. Look at who's leading. Andrew Light with 7 4s. But Vishal Lal, 9 6s. Lots of boundaries in this 3-match tournament.
Yes, John, that 38 6s today, and you add 54 yesterday in the Guyana T10 Blast. It's really raining 6s if you're a bowler. It was not the venue to be at.
And July doing a little bit of a jig there to a Caribbean song. Guess he's realizing the pressure's not on him, so he can dance a little bit.
Well, he would want to dance his way to the land of soca, Trinidad and Tobago, on May 5th, the final of this tournament, where they would face the winners of the Trinidad and Jamaica legs. Those happened in March and in April, earlier in April.
Clements, the captain, in the attack now. Peels off the outside edge. And the field at short third. Collected it on the bounce. Shamroy Barrington now asking for a change of gloves. It is steamy out there.
So an interesting start from our statistician, Cian Bovell, John. Yesterday we had 652 runs in 6 innings in that T10 Blast. Today we have had 557. So far, he's stressing, so far.
Today. Need to add at least 1 to that. That will go up for sure. A target still some 71 runs away. 70 runs away, exactly.
That is what T10 cricket is about, John. People come to see the 6s. And the wickets, of course, you see the stumps flying. All that adds to the excitement of the format. The shortest format being played at a structured level. Now, there is also T5, which takes place at the lower level.
Call is 2. Will not come back for the second. I know gone are the days, Avinash. You can also attest to this. We're seeing lots of cars around the venue. Gone are the days when you see lots of bicycles and recently motorcycles at venues in the countryside. That speaks of evolution.
Economic empowerment. But there is a bicycle here in this venue, though, which I've been using to move around. And I understand, I thought it was the bike of young Parmeshwar Ram, who is from this club, the under 15 player. But it's actually a club bike.
Slight misfield there, but will not cost Berbice a whole lot, just to remain a single. Club bicycle.
And there's a little story to that bicycle. The back wheel, the back tire is a bit soft, and there's a battle as to who of the 15 on the 15 guys has to go to the vulcanizing shop.
That's why I was wondering. This one is hit down the ground and out of the ground.
And that's a big 6 by Andrew Light Jr.
Light going down to town. Clean hit, hitting back over the head of Clements. And there was a few that long on and one that long off. And they were both looking as spectators as the ball sailed nicely.
Powerful shot there from Andrew Light as Demerara closing now on that 50 landmark. Punch through the offside this time along the ground. Take the score up now to 49. And he moves to 23 of 11. That's the end of over number 4. And the longer these two continue to bat, the more it will become difficult for Berbice to keep them under that 77. They need to bowl Demerara out for 77 or under. That looks a bit unlikely now.
This is what happened earlier. Escribo and Demerara started this morning. Demerara won by a whopping 58 runs. Then Escribo took on Berbice. And then they went into the wins column, winning by 5 runs. A slim margin, but a victory nonetheless for the boys from the Cinderella County. This is what we are facing right now. Berbice, when they lost to Escribo, they were chasing. This time they batted first. 109 they got. And Demerara so far, critical response, 49 without loss from just 4 overs.
Clinical indeed, that's the word, John. They've taken this run chase, they've taken command of it. And both batters going great guns. It hasn't been one being dominant. Both of them are going great guns. Shamroy Barrington and Andrew Light Jr.
One side of the wicket. Get myself! Get myself!
Lalsa into the attack, and immediately he strikes. Andrew Light Jr. hitting, look, perhaps like hitting towards mid-on, got a leading edge and offers the bowler a catch in his follow through. He goes for 23. It's now 49 for 1 at the start of the 5th.
Yeah, he's looking to turn that and got the leading edge. And Lalsa running to his left, back to his right, and pulling off that catch there. Lalsa striking 49 for the loss of 1. Andrew Light Jr. is back in the pavilion. The new batsman is Richard Latif. Seeing Richard Latif and Shamroy Barrington is going to have a bat now. They had a little bit of a verbal exchange when they were fielding over tactics and field placing. Seemed to have buried the hatchet though. Saw them giving high five to each other at the end of the innings.
I like to call him R Latif because he has a few boys as well that play cricket. Ryan Latif, Riyad Latif, and there's another Riyaz Latif. So R Latif cannot keep them out of the game.
But those two guys you mentioned, the sons are pretty talented young men in the game at under 15 level and under 19. Riaz is at the under 15 level. Riyad at under 19.
One is one, man. One is one.
Off the mark right away, Richard Latif.
And that's the 50.
Driven down the ground. And that's the 50 up for Demerara. Halfway through over number 5.
4.2 overs.
Their first target, like we said, is 78 really. So 28 runs away from a trip to Trinidad and Tobago. You mentioned Soca Country.
Get!
In the air, but in the gap, 4 more.
Nobody moves.
Barrington gets another boundary.
That was played with expert precision in the middle. Those two fielders on the boundary just stood there and watched it bump into that chain link fence. Not a boundary to Shamroy Barrington. 29 of 15. It's 54 for 1.
And look at Ramdas now, the champ. Shoulders dropping. When he came out initially, you can see some energy
Finish good, man.
in his movements. This time he's just waiting. A very quick delivery. Almost played on by Barrington, but he missed it altogether. So bye.
Yeah, good fluent start by Shamroy Barrington and Andrew Light Jr. knocking
The pass, eh?
they went out to the sails of the Berbice lineup in that early exchange.
Get!
Latif now getting into the hitting act,
Get, buddy!
Fun.
but it's going to be out. Holding out at long off. Matthew Pataya, the catcher. And again, Richard Latif failed to trouble the score as well. This time a single. Earlier had a single as well in the first game. So not having a good day with the bat. He's dismissed now. It's now 55 for 2. Still in over number 5. A double blow so far for Devendra Lalsa.
Yeah, and Latif would be very, very disappointed. Lots of responsibility on him at number 3. It shows the level of respect that they have for him batting so early in the piece, going down the wicket and picking out Matthew Patoya on the long off boundary. He goes, brings Budu with 55 needed for 31 from 31 balls for victory. Of course, we'll have that presentation ceremony happening later on, John, after this match, maybe in another half hour or so, where the winning team will be presented with the boarding passes to Trinidad.
Three runs away, you'll say, for Demerara. But even if Berbice go on to win, but Demerara making more than 78 because of that net run rate they have right now, because of a big victory against Essequibo, Demerara will still be ahead on the net run rate and will book their places. They will be the ones to pick up those boarding passes. Devendra Lalsa, he has other plans. Perhaps he's start to pack. Do not want to unpack. So you're looking for a third wicket in the over.
Well, there's another Lalsa in the crowd watching the game. Capo, and those around cricket with no capo. Very popular figure, especially in the West Berbice area. D. Edward loves his cricket, man.
Must give our condolences to the Lalsa family. Capo recently lost his
Fight
dad.
it out!
Single to end over number 5. Successful one for Devendra Lalsa, double blow. So 56 now for the loss of 2. 54 needed from the last 30.
So after 5 overs, Demerara 56 for 2. 5 overs. Fire another.
Come around to you, left-hander.
54 runs in 30 balls. 54 runs in 30 balls.
Still 54 needed from the last 30 deliveries. It'll be good to see if Berbice can come back and win this and make it very interesting with net run rate. Devon Clements, the captain, is coming into the attack again. His first over went for 10 runs. He will need to do much better in his second. You need wickets to restrict Demerara and to go on for victory. So the Berbicians are ringing the changes, and the Berbicians in the attack as well in the come box. Wadikar Anthony Kemraj. But Anthony, the way things are set up, it's an uphill task now for Berbice.
Good afternoon to you again, John, to listeners and viewers on FL Sport again. Happy to be here, back here, and to disseminate information to you. As you said, John, Demerara totally in charge of this match at this moment. 57 for 2. The required rate, just about 10 plus. But that's gettable because Shimron Barrington, 29 from 16, and Budu, who was just coming, working the ball wrong, turning the strike over. 52 from 28. That's the way I see it. That they're gonna go away with the win here, and no doubt head to Sweet TNT for that final, John.
Yeah, I love the way you put it, Sweet TNT. I have lots of friends across there. No doubt will be part of the action as well at Couva, the National Cricket Centre, Balmain. So the target you can say for Demerara is 78. Once they can get 78 before 10 overs, They'll be on their way to Balmain Kufa. Devon Clements, the captain, with other ideas. Stroked away nicely. So already we saw lots of boundaries. Now we've seen a series of singles.
Yes, the boundaries have dried up a little bit, no doubt about it. But nevertheless, Demerara is still on top. They know exactly what they have to do, 50 from 26 from here. So it's just playing sensible cricket, stroking the ball around, finding the gaps, putting pressure on the field. That is what you want to do. And the boundaries aren't coming. Get the twos and the threes, get the singles. By no chance you're out of the game. They're well on top.
Beautifully late cut. Nice shot, just steering it away past backward point fielder, ending the over with the boundary. So now it's getting much closer now for Demerara. 64 for 2, 6 gone.
Yes, you know, the action continues out in the middle. And of course, the Caribbean Village Cricket T10 cricket tournament continues. And we've had beautiful cricket all day, no doubt about it. Exciting cricket, glittering cricket. And I'm happy that, you know, one of the county teams can make it to Trinidad and Tobago for this final on May 5. Which, of course, John, is a very colorful atmosphere. When you look at the Caribbean Airlines logo, it's very colorful, isn't that so? And, you know, it adds a part to life.
24 balls, 46 recording, 24 balls.
Clements finishing his 2 overs.
It's all about Caribbean culture.
Yeah, I love the new look. The rebrand of Caribbean Airlines. Inspired. There goes Barrington again, gets another boundary. Lalsa into the attack. Quite a different over. First over for him went for 6 runs and he picked up 2 wickets. But look at it now. First delivery punched away nicely.
He is unstoppable at the moment, no doubt about it. 35 from 19. He's the captain, he's a senior player, and he'd want to pull it off for his team. He would want to be there at the end. 42 from 23. It's just a matter of time before Demerara will go away with the win as we pull the curtains down on this inaugural Caribbean Village Cricket T10 competition.
That's it, Skippy. That's it. That's it.
Good comeback. Nice delivery from Devendra Lalsa. Reminds me a little bit of former Guyana and West Indies under 19 off spinner Zahir Mohammed, who also played some senior cricket for Guyana. From Enterprise on the east coast of Demerara. Quite similar way of bowling his off breaks. This one is in the air. I will get to the boundary as well, ahead of the fielder, running away to his left at cover. 4 more to Barrington. He moves up to 35. It's now 72 for 2.
Yes, the runs are coming and they're coming fast. 39 from 21. And Buru, importantly, is supporting his skipper. He's 7 from 5 at a very healthy run rate as well. The required rate is just over 10. And I know they're going to get there. 38 from 21, 72 for 2 in over number 7. So largely in charge here.
Watch it, hold it.
That's the confidence of Barrington now, just trying to hit everything now. And not timing it. That one was hit hard into the ground. But they are 6 runs away from confirming their position as champions of Guyana in the Caribbean Village T10 cricket tournament. This one is muscled away, and that's those 6 runs that will confirm their position into Trinidad and Tobago. That's a flat 6. Well played, and who better to score that shot than Shamroy Barrington, the captain.
Well. 78 for 2. 32 from 19.
78 for 2 and over number 7.
And as you said, you know, they've actually won the game. So it's a matter of academic interest from here. The tournament, advancing to the final. That's wonderful. Important thing though, John, we must take note that Barrington, the captain, realized from the start of the innings that he has to be there. And he's doing that, leading from the front.
7 gone, 79 for 2.
At the end 7th over, 79 for 2.
So Lalsa completing his spell, 2 for 21.
Yes, look, a decent spell under these circumstances. Lots of action out in the middle. Lots of big hits around. Did his part. What else can he do? 31 from 80 now. And as I said, just a matter of time before, the game is over, because Demerara, they've already advanced there. And literally booked their tickets to Trinidad and Tobago. So congratulations to them. Barrington would want to come off with a good score. You want to get a 50 or just over that. And he will want Budu as well to be not out at the end.
Machu Picchu into the attack now from the northern end. Over number 8, about to start. Barrington 1 hit away from a half century. He's faced some 24 deliveries for 46. And that will be the half century for Shamroy Barrington. Slug sweep for 4.
Excellent innings from the first class player in the team. And this is what you want to do. You've played first class cricket and you come to a level like this, you want to dominate. And he has done that, taking the opportunity with both hands, leading from the front. Excellent knock.
200 strike rate. So that really is a pugnacious innings from him. And to celebrate, he goes straight into the hand of his opposite number, Devon Clement, who's at mid-off. Good catch. 83 now for the loss of 3. Barrington goes for 50 from 26 deliveries. Putaya striking.
Well. I was just talking how well he has played, but perhaps didn't get it to the meat of the bat as it went to his opposite number. That's Clement, who took the catch, 50 from 25. 83 for the loss of 3 wickets. A good innings from the captain, and let's see what will happen from here onwards though, but well played by Barrington. And John, the organizers, they use the word invade Guyana this weekend in terms of the tournament. What an important word, invasion, but on a good note and a happy note, and it's all been excitement.
Well, I'm happy they have had that invasion. Cricket at the village level is alive. Thank you, Caribbean Airlines. Sheldon Alexander, the new batsman. We saw what he did against Essequibo with bat, and just couldn't have it his way with ball against Berbice in this game. Sheldon Alexander, right-handed batter. 27 to get from 16 to confirm their position at the top of the 3 teams at the top of the table in this year's tournament.
And I think you made mention earlier about villages participating. I guess in future tournaments we are going to have something of that sort, where the organizers, Caribbean Airlines, and would sit down and say, look, this is the way we go. High in the air. The captain is coming around, drops it. My word. Cricket can be a funny game. And we have a spectator towards the north of the ground who is celebrating. What a funny game we are having, John.
He's
Moments
at home.
ago took a good catch and then dropped this one.
Yeah, this one's much easier. But perhaps giving Sheldon Alexander an opportunity to make his home fans very, very happy. He lives in the very street that we are sitting in.
That is what we want to see. Village cricket.
That's right.
Village fun.
Putaya going round the wicket to the left-handed batter. And Budu caught in a tangle. There's a bit lull in play right now. Things have gone so quiet. I think Demerara realizing that they've gone past 78 needed for them to win the tournament. The things are a bit quiet. Playing and missing again. It's going to run past. Oh, good work in the outfield.
That's a brilliant over by Putaya.
by signal to end the over. So 85 gone, 85 for 3, 8 gone.
Yes, the thing is, they would not want to be lackadaisical. 25 to get from 12. Remember what happened with Escobar against Berbice. Escobar came back in that final over. Morris bowled a decent spell there. So they would not want to be, to have a let up and give Berbice the win here, even though they have advanced. They'd want to go away with a comfortable win, 25 from 12. Alexander would want to continue, as well as Budu. But all in all, John, we have had a terrific day, an awesome day. Spectators have come out, they've supported the event. The organizers have come together, pooled the resources, Caribbean Airlines, and they have put together a wonderful tournament. I do hope that next year, around the same time, or maybe earlier, we're going to be having a bigger tournament. Who knows? I know, John, you're echoing sentiments of maybe a village participation, more clubs into it. Who knows? We might well have that in future. And it's always important when, corporate Guyana and corporate Caribbean can come on board and realizing that, cricket is a unifying factor in our lives, and they take that lead role. So who knows, maybe another sponsor can join forces with Caribbean Airlines. I'm just speculating.
Nothing wrong with speculating. 25 to get from 12. Just to put things into context as to where we are, because I was just looking at that shot on the camera. Meta Mirzarg is some 12 miles away from the Demerara Harbour Bridge and some 7 miles away on the other side from Perica Market or the Perica Ferry Stelling. Harcourt is into the attack, and that one has hit hard, and it goes far out of this ground. 9th over in progress now. Collis Harcourt brought into the attack and immediately goes for a boundary, a big 6.
Wow. Treated with disdain on his legs, and the left-hander just whipped it away. The ground is not a huge one, dimension pretty small, so even a miss hit sometimes can get you a boundary or a 6. But on that occasion had the full meat of the bat, and it sailed over mid-wicket for 6. 19 to get from 11. It's just a matter of time.
And Suresh Budu, he was the supporter in the partnership when Barrington was there. Now he has taken over the aggressor role, it seems. That one went very far out of this ground on its way to the Perica Market or the Perica Ferry Stelling. Harcourt goes round the wicket now. The keeper goes up, and that one goes even further away now. Similar direction. Bad treatment for this young bowler, and he's now under some pressure. 97 now for 3, and the equation is getting even simpler. 13 to get from 10.
It can be a hard game, isn't it? You try so hard. 97 for 3 now. The game has actually slipped away from Berbice. But, they're going to look back, nevertheless, and say we're proud of our team participating in this competition, Escobar as well. But, full kudos to Demerara and their entire setup. And when you look at the Demerara team, no doubt, on paper and on the field of play, they're far better than the other 2 competing teams.
19 from 9 so far.
Get well. That's the ball.
To the offside. Sheldon Alexander, the hometown boy, is going to take strike with 12 needed from 9. And if there was any doubt about who will be going to Trinidad and Tobago, the last 2 hits have consolidated the position that Demerara will be crowned champions officially. 100% record, defeating Essequibo by 58 runs, and on the verge of defeating Berbice by some wickets.
Well, meeting with the parishes of Jamaica and the teams from Trinidad and Tobago. Let's see what's going to happen when they eventually get there.
Alexander settles and wait for Harcourt. He will fancy himself of hitting him as well. Pulled away. All along the ground. Good feeling, good work.
Keeper.
And that wide long on position.
What work, Rishi?
2 runs to bring up the 100 now for Demerara. 100 for 3 in the ninth.
Wow, 100 for 3 in the ninth over. And the required rate is far below 10. 7.50. The current rate is just over 11. Significant performance here. Excellent work by Demerara. It's just a matter of time. 10 from 8.
Beat the infield and will go into the boundary. Alexander gets his first boundary, much to the delight of the fans and spectators here at Metamirezorg. 104 now for 3. 6 to get. Maybe he can finish in this over with one delivery still to go.
I was just about to say that. Maybe we'll get it in this final ball of the ninth over. 104 for 3. Alexander 7 from 4. And Budu at a strike rate of what? 200? 20 from 10.
Hope they have their passports in order, because they're about to get their boarding passes to head to Balmain Couva, a May 5 tournament. This one is slashed away. Into the boundary it goes now. Down towards backward point. So we're down to the final over. You can look at the shoulders of the Berbice players. Drooped. Last over, 2 runs to get.
Yeah, heads falling apart. You know, just waiting for something to happen. Out of the game at this moment. What do you do as a captain? Senior players? Well, all you've got to do is just hold your team together. Continue the good work. 2 from 6. It's actually out of your reach. But strange things can happen in terms of the final analysis, though. We all know that Demerara have already won. 108 for 3. And the action continues out in the middle. But I want to congratulate Caribbean Airlines, John, for the massive work that they've done. And also like to extend kudos to you and your team for the job that you continue to do. May you aspire to do greater things as we continue to work as one Guyanese, right? And live in peace and love and unity. At the end of the day, one people, one nation with one destiny. Do you always remember that? What a motto we have.
Pataya to ball the final over. Big appeal. Umpire says you're out. I think the batsman realized that he was out. He was waiting for that decision with a broad smile on his face. So Pataya continues to be impressive. That one just skidded on.
Yes, I think it was a faster delivery. Caught him there in front. The umpire had no choice but to raise a jutted finger. He goes back to the pavilion. Well played though, 20 from 11 at a strike rate of just over 180. So, you know, proper innings played there, 108 for 4. Just 2 to get, John. Just a matter of time.
And the 2 villagers are batting now, because the new batter that is wandering out to the middle is also the curator of this Metamirezorg Sports Club ground, Jeremy Maxwell. So he lives right here at Metamirezorg. So pretty much the neighbors are doing it. This is village cricket at its best.
I guess he's also nicknamed Maxi. Let's see what he can do.
So one thing seems to be on the table is that the winning run will be struck by one of the hometown guys.
That's fitting. That's excellent. If one can do that, one of the 2 can do that.
See that white beard? Says how long he has been around.
Just adding some flavor to the game. Coming down doing some gardening, which wasn't needed.
Jermaine Maxwell.
Just giving Berbice a delay in the outfield.
The field is in, and there's Pataya as well. not delivering, adding to the drama. The presentation comes up after this game, after 2 runs or the over. Big appeal, and now says umpire Zach here, who's also living not very far from here. I think it's Zeeburg. So that's Village Cricket bringing out the village umpires as well. Zach here, one of the qualified umpires in Guyana. He was an umpire coach for some time as well. Still 2 to win. Leg by being scampered. So just 1 to go. And with Alexander on strike with 3 deliveries to go, you feel that this is the time that victory will be brought up.
Yes, yes, yes. Victory is about to be had for Demerara as they head to Sweet TNT, as Putaya will continue in over number 10. The ball to Alexander down the track and towards the right of our commentary box and smashes the 6, wins the game. Congratulations to Demerara. They have won and won handsomely by 6 wickets. Excellent work from Demerara.
Congratulations to Demerara, not only on winning the Guyana tournament but also qualifying to represent the country in Trinidad and Tobago. Convincing victory by 6 wickets. Last delivery there, Alexander got onto it very nicely. I hit it into the commentary box. So beautiful way to end the game. Congratulations Demerara. 100% record maintained. They won against Essequibo by 58. And this is the run chase. Started nicely with Light Jr. 23 from 12. Barrington 50 from 26. Latif did not last too long. Buru 20 from 11. Alexander finishing off the game with a maximum, finishing on 17. There were 4 extras in that innings as well. 2 balls to spare in the run chase.
We take a look at the bowling figures, if that would come up in a bit or two. But the players are just exchanging that normal camaraderie at the end of the game, handshakes and all of that. The bowling figure, Fraser, 1 over for 13 runs. Hirlal, 1 for 11 runs, didn't pick up a wicket. Prasad, 1 over 15 runs. Clements, 2 for 18, didn't pick up a wicket. Lalsa, 2 for 21, 2 wickets in that period. Putaya, very tight, very stingy, 1.4 overs, 11 runs, 2 wickets. And Harcourt, 1 over for 23 runs, 115 for 4, winning by 6 wickets. Congratulations again, and a big congrats to Demerara on winning and going to advance into the competition in Trinidad and Tobago.
Demerara won this morning by 58 over Essequibo. Essequibo won their second game by 5 runs. Demerara winning their second game over Berbice by 6 wickets. So we look at the points table, we'll see that Berbice finishing at the bottom of the table. How often do you see that in the county cricket? Essequibo finishing ahead of them in terms of run getters. Vishal Lal 77 runs, Barrington 65, Light Jr 63, and Ramdas 52. The batters above 50 runs in this year's tournament. Demerara in a huddle at the moment. Dexter George with 5 wickets in the competition, 4 to Putaya, 3 to Kevin Gordon, Trevor Ben, and a whole lot of other players with 2 wickets in the competition. And the 6s and 4s race, 45 4s, 43 6s, with Light Jr. with 9 4s leading the race, and Vishal Lal with 9 6s leading that race. Welcome home to Caribbean Village Cricket, and the grand final is coming up on May 5. We just ended the final in Guyana. Congratulations to Demerara. So games at 10, 12:30 and 3 p.m. at Couva with my good friend Ruskin Mark calling things live from Balmain. We do look forward to that one. So Demerara players celebrating, no doubt. We'll be very happy to pick up their boarding passes a bit later on. So this is the points table. Demerara 100% record, 4 points. Essequibo in the middle with 2 points on 1 defeat and 1 win. Berbice both games and they've suffered defeats. The final, Demerara won by 6 wickets. Congratulations. We'll take a break and come back for the presentation.
I feel like a flight to JFK. Take a trip across the 7 seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon don't sleep in. Everything you need on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like I fight the boat of Spain. Pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. I feel like a flight to JFK. Take a trip across the 7 seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon don't sleep in. Everything you need on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like I fight the boat of Spain. Pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. I feel like a flight to JFK. Take a trip across the 7 seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon don't sleep in. Everything you need on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like I fight the boat of Spain. Pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. I feel like a flight to JFK. Take a trip across the 7 seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon don't sleep in. Everything you need on departure, alright. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like I fight the boat of Spain. Pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Well,
Right, so Rene, Arno, we would like to get the full team here, please, the full team. Let's hear it for Demerara. Come on, let's get a round of applause for Demerara. And presenting the trophy to Captain Samurai Barrington is Mr. Rene Arno from Caribbean Airlines Culture Team, Culture and Experience Team. And Renata Marshall, the Ghana Caribbean Airlines Manager, presenting the winning check for the winner's prize to the Demerara team. Let's say it for Demerara. Congratulations. Well done. Come on, guys. Look like you win a tournament. Come 1, 2, 3. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We invite the Caribbean Airlines team and Mr. Anthony Leonard to come and join in the photograph. All right, thank you very much, and congratulations again to Demerara. But before we close, we'll ask Mr. Anthony Downard to express, on behalf of Caribbean Airlines, sincere thanks to the Ghana Cricket Board for assisting us in putting on this tournament here in Ghana. We know we had some challenges, but we want to express sincere thanks to Mr. Anthony Downard, and now to say a few words, Anthony himself.
Yeah, thank you, Omar. Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to say congratulations to all the teams that will have participated in this tournament. We know it's a challenge to play 3 matches in one day, but I must commend the teams for showing commitment, fitness, and exuberance in this great initiative. 2 months ago, Mr. Khan himself and Rene would have met with the officials at the GCB and proposed this initiative. And right away we ran with the idea because it gives players who would not have been representing their county in the last 5 years the opportunity to represent their county. And by extension now, with Demerara being declared the winners, they have now qualified to participate in the regional tournament, which will be held in Trinidad next weekend. So special congratulations again to Demerara for winning this inaugural tournament, and thank you to Caribbean Airlines for making this possible. Thank you once again from everyone here. And thank you to MMC for hosting us today, as well as yesterday. We had a triple header in another tournament, so thank you to Metanezer, the people of Metanezer.
Thank you, Anthony. We appreciate that, and we appreciate the Ghana Cricket Board as usual. So, all the best, and we'll see the Demerara team in Trinidad in a week's time. Congratulations, and we hope you all will follow it on the live stream that will be bringing the match live from Trinidad. Have a safe journey back home, and we tremendously enjoy being here.
I feel like a flight to JFK. Take a trip across the 7 seas to be with friends and family. Caribbean Airlines is home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Caribbean Airlines in with DNA. With Caribbean Airlines is a flight full of love. Come on board our plane, fly with the stars up above. Any destination is a celebration. Welcome home. With Caribbean Airlines, we fly at night or morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Everything you needed on departure or arrival. Caribbean Airlines don't want no rival, so I feel like a flight to Port of Spain. Pack a bag and take a trip again to be with friends and family. I feel like a flight to JFK. Take a trip across the seven seas to be with